Okay, so if you are watching this video, that means you have already um, placed your pattern pieces and you're ready to stitch them together. So the first thing you'll do is you'll click your Stitch Enabler toolbar and the screen should look something like this. Okay, so now we're going to tell the computer what pieces to sew together. And I think this is a really good exercise for beginning students to envision how a pattern comes together in 3D. So I know it might take you a minute to figure out what pieces get sewn to what. It's kind of confusing, but it's such a great exercise. So I'm glad we get to do this. Let's start with something easy. Like I think the shoulder seams are kind of easy. So we want to sew our two shoulder seams together. Sometimes I get confused when I look at them flat. I'm like, is this the left side? Does he get sewn to this one or this one? I'm not sure. So it's easier for me to click it in this case on the model. So he's pink. I've selected it. To select the other one, any guesses what button you would hold down to also select it? If you've taken Illustrator, you might know the answer. It's Shift. Yay! So two things are selected. So now all I have to do to sew them together is hit, anyone want to guess the keyboard shortcut to hit sew? S for stitch, S for sew. Yeah, easy, right? They're going to sew that together. Cool. So that means I can click here on the other window. Click, hold shift. Oopsies, hit caps lock. Hold shift, S. Beautiful. Let's look and make sure nothing was twisted. Cool, looks good. All right, should we go for a side seam? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to click right here. Okay, I see a problem. It wants to sew, it thinks the armhole's a side seam. Wow. But here it knows the side seam stops. So I don't know why it's doing that. I still need more training myself. So I might reach out to Tugotech and ask them. So when I look at my pattern, it says it's a grading point. I don't understand. I don't know. I've even clicked seamed. Any of these seams? Apply. Okay. Does this one look different because it's work? I know there's a contour, internal contour point, but I don't think that should matter. Okay, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I know if I add a notch, that will also work too. So there's a notch tool, and it is right here. Sometimes it's easier for me to hit the letter N, because I can remember N for notch instead of finding the icon, but either way works. So I'm going to click that. That's where the end of our side seam is. And you have to make sure it's the type of notch is a slit for some reason. I don't think the other ones work. So I'm pretty sure it has to be slit. And then just say, okay. I'm going to go to the other side, click. Okay, slit, okay. Okay, let's see if this solves our problem. So we need to tell the 3D program we made a change in our 2D pattern. So let's go up to eFit and let's click update. Let's see if that did anything. Yeah, I think it did. Did it? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, there we go. It did. Hooray! Okay, it separated it. So I'm clicking this. I'm gonna, how am I gonna click the other one? Any ideas? Hold shift, click. There it is. Now what do I click to stitch it together? If you said the letter S, you're right. And then I'm gonna select, I'm gonna hold shift, and I'm gonna hit S. I'm gonna cruise on the other side to see what that looks like. Why is the stitching weird? Uh-oh, I did something wrong. Why did I accidentally sew this shoulder to that side seam? Okay, that was weird. I don't even know what I did. Good thing I videoed it, so maybe I could watch the video back and figure it out. In the meantime, I'm going to select it and click delete because I do not want that stitched together. That's weird. And I'm just going to see if I can delete this guy too, if it'll let me. Because I don't like him either. Delete. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so I'm going to select this shoulder and I'm going to hold shift and pick this guy. Uh-oh. No. Okay. I'm going to select this shoulder and hold shift and pick this guy and now hit S. Okay, I like that better. I don't know why there's weird spacing though. That kind of bothers me. Oh no, why did it do that? Such good learning. Okay, so this is a question I will definitely be asking in one of my training sessions coming up. It's very odd. But you know what? I hope that doesn't mess up our sewing. If it's gonna make it gather weird or something. I don't know. Why don't I just hit delete one more time? Just try it again in a minute. Okay. So I'm gonna now try stitching this side piece to this side S. Yeah, it's doing that weird thing. I wonder if that has something to do with my pattern. No, I don't think so. Because then I don't know why the shoulder would be messed up. That's so strange. All right, well, I'm just going to continue anyways. For the sake of this video, I'll get back to you about how to fix the weird stitching problem. Okay, cool. That looks good. Kind of. This side looks better. Okay. Okay, so now the armhole. I do know that this underarm is going to get sewn to the other underarm. S. Let's go ahead and look and see what that looks like, if it's weird also or what. Oh, it looks kind of normal. Great. And then this seam is going to get sewn to this armhole. So holding shift, looks good, S. Cool. And let's rotate to the back. Okay, this seam, holding shift, gets sewn to this guy. Let's hold S. I think that's pretty good. Okay, now let's do the other side. Gosh, you know what? I think my placement's kind of far. I almost want to bring this arm down lower now. I wonder if I'm going to lose all my stitching details if I do that. This is very experimental. Here we are. Move. Can I move you? Yeah, it's going to let me. Thank you. Okay, actually, let's come back here and I'll click this X. Yeah, let's move you closer to here. And then what about this side? It looks like we've got a drop sleeve happening. I know this is an oversized design. Okay, I think that's better. Now let's go back to our stitching toolbar, get back to business. Okay, so I would like this particular seam sewn here. So holding shift, click S. Great. One more. Hold shift, S. Perfect. Okay, I think I did it. Aside from the weirdness that's happening on Where's Right. But let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so we're done with stitching. The next video is going to be about enabling our drape toolbar.